So I know HubSpot's added this new lead object, which is different from how HubSpot's traditionally handled leads, just versus lifecycle stages. What sort of problems does the new leads object solve in HubSpot that wasn't being handled by just using a contact and a lead status? I'm curious to hear your perspective.
Yeah, great question. We really see the new lead object as a way to encourage sales teams to more effectively track, execute, measure, and ultimately iterate on their lead qualification process. I think more and more prospecting is becoming more competitive. Sales and marketing teams really need to be data driven in their approach and how they're getting better. You simply need to be able to capture at a pretty granular level, why are certain MQLs not manifesting as deals? Why are they? How do the different attributes of the customer impact this? How do the different activities and sales approach of the rep impact this? There's a lot of rich data in that process that you and an organization can use to get better. Now back to lead status. Lead status is obviously a single discrete property. It's not capable of storing all of that rich context, all of that rich structured data about why you're succeeding or why not. Whereas the new lead object, it's a fully blown object that we're continuing to iterate and plan to take all the way to being a first class object like any other object in HubSpot in the next year. Additionally, I think sales is increasingly becoming what I would view as a circular process where maybe your first attempt, there's not budget or it's not a fit at this time, you're going to have to circle back. And ultimately, the leads object, unlike a traditional leads object, can manifest and represent that lead flowing back through the system very cleanly and tracking that individual lead's prospecting journey at that moment in time. And ultimately, I think a simple benefit for the end for reps as well is it makes a much more cleaner process and repeatable process for ensuring the right reps are working on the right type and the right priority of lead at a given time.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think about it kind of similar to what you're saying of it's a nonlinear process, right? Where it's not just a lead was unqualified. It's may not have been qualified at that time, but could be qualified again in the future. So that makes the new system really supports that, right?
Yeah, exactly. All of that context at that moment of disqualification or qualification is gold, especially at a macro level when you're able to distill hundreds or thousands of different leads and their associated data.